Let me show you a quick demo of a new RPG-alike game that I built for the demo in the conferences I attended last month. This is a very simple game. It's similar to the virtual characters. The difference is, in this game setting, there's multiple different bots. It's not just like a traditional virtual characters. You're always talking to one virtual characters. But instead here, in this whole settings, there's 3 different characters. There is a guard, and there is a maid, and there is a king. If I click to the guard, I can talk to the guard. So you see it's a guard that responds to me. I can also talk to the maid. I can talk to the king. Basically, this is the game. Let me show you how to do it. If you have seen my tutorials on how to create virtual characters, you probably know how to build these characters. In this multi-character RPG game, I have 4 different AI agents. There's a game master. The game master actually didn't do anything. It just set up the scenes. Why you can have 3 different characters talk to each other is because in this setting, it has 3 child. So that's why you can have 3 of the characters talking the same thing. Then is basically defined the 3 different characters. One interesting thing is, as I mentioned, to write the prompt, you are not necessary to already write it in English. You can write in your favorite language. For example, I'm native Chinese speakers. If I want to describe a character with a game, sometimes I feel writing in Chinese is simplest, especially for those details, right? So here, I use Chinese to create these prompts for these characters. In this section here, basically I say you need to use the same language that the users talk to you to output. If you have the prompt writing in a certain language, if you don't specifically instruct the response in a certain language, it may use the language that you write for the first prompt. But here, I add some instruction in the prompt, specifically say this is language, and you must respond to users with the same language they talk to you. That will help to the characters. Even the prompt is writing in Chinese. If you talk with a character with English, it will respond to you in English. If you talk to the character in Japanese, it's supposed to reply you in Japanese. I just created 3 different virtual characters, and each of the virtual characters, I give it the background, give it the settings, and they're all writing in Chinese. And then I let the game master to have all of 3 of them as a child. And in the layout, I let it as a simple chat layout, and I give it a background. That's why you see the background is in a palace, right? And also for each of those characters, remember the profile output I give. In each of the characters, I give it the name, I give it the avatar. That's why when you see in these conversations, they have their own avatars and their own names. Is that simple? That's super simple, right? With the combination of the different virtual characters and give it a different background, different settings, you can create unlimited scenarios. And for more complex real games, you don't want to limit the user into one scenarios. Actually, you can create multiple different scenarios. That's how you can let the game masters to switch into different scenarios. You can even have a dynamic game masters and try to move from one scenario to another scenario, for example, from one room to another room, and in different room, there's different characters. In the future, I'm going to have the tutorial to build this kind of more complex RPG style games together with you to showcase how we can create a very complicated mapping system and many different characters, and how to let the characters to interact with each other, share some memory, and also have some secrets between them to create a fun game. This is just a very quick demo that I created for the conference. I probably created this within less than 10 minutes. But it has potentials to create a more complicated, more serious games with aging.